Okay, I'm back with another video. So it's been a couple of weeks since I made a video, and this was one that I kind of been working on for a little bit. Well, I put it together a good number of weeks ago, but I never got around to kind of finishing it. So that's what I'm looking to do today. So what I wanted to do was I just wanted to do a video on 3D printing and the kind of design process, how to do it. So I just had a little project where I wanted to make a kind of little frame to tidy the cables away at the back of a TV stand that I had. So there was lots of cables on the floor. I don't think it wasn't really designed as a TV stand, so I had to put a hole in the back for it to feed cables in and out. There's a PlayStation and other bits and pieces in there, so there's lots of cables, and they were sitting on the floor and it looked very messy. So I just thought of, something that I could screw into the back of the TV stand, and I used Tinkercad to design it. So that's what we're looking at here. I didn't know exactly how I wanted it. I wanted to put a couple of holes in it, maybe a couple of little struts to wrap the cables around the holes to again feed the cables through and kind of keep them in place. So I just tried a couple of different pieces. So I started off with the two kind of rectangular shapes. I formed them into an L shape, and then I put the little holes in the corners, and then I countersunk them as well for the screws to sit flush. So now we'll see in the end. So I have, as part of the video, I have the design process, I have the printing process, and I have the installation process, which is effectively me just screwing it into the cabinet. Here I was trying to adjust the screw holes, or the screw holes and countersink holes to be able to be done at an angle. Didn't work too well, so I kind of scrapped that. So what I wanted it for, I wanted it to be kind of lightweight. I wanted it to be easy enough to print. And what you can see here, what I was doing here was putting holes on that kind of rectangular shape, just so that it didn't waste plastic when it was printing. So, obviously if we can cut those holes out, we didn't need that hole back. That's going to be flush against the cabinet itself. So if we can save as much space as possible and as much plastic as possible, then we can hopefully make the design efficient. So this was just a prototype. So you can see I'm changing name. As well, I'm using Tinkercad to design this. It's an amazing piece of software. It's completely free. You go to tinkercad.com and create an account, and you can design anything really, within reason. Obviously there are more advanced 3D printing software, which I haven't kind of come to terms with. I have Fusion 360, but I haven't even started to learn how to use it yet. I hope to in the future. So once you're finished the design, you download the STL file, and then you can open it up in the Cura slicing software. So this is the slicing software needed for the Ultimaker 3D printer, which is the printer that I have in my job. Okay, so you can see the design there downloaded. It doesn't need any support because it's all built from bottom to top, so there's no overhangs that would cause any trouble. And I was conscious of that when making the design, that I didn't do anything that would cause issues when printing. So you can see there that would take 4 hours and 55 minutes to print, and I have the printer connected to the network, and once you do that, it will send the print file to the printer. So there we go. We should switch over to the printer now. There it is. So it's an amazing piece of kit, and I have this on fast forward now. Obviously I don't have 4.5 hours or nearly 5 hours of printing recorded, so I just recorded bits and pieces of the process to give an idea of how the 3D printer works there. So again, like I said, it prints from bottom to top. Think of building a house. You start with the foundations and you work your way up to the roof. This is the exact same way. So you can see there, it does the outline of the base itself, and then it fills it in, going line by line. Yeah, as well for this video, I'm just going to throw in some music. I'm going to use the music that I use for most of my videos that I made for the first video or two, and I'm just going to rinse, repeat. Yeah, no, I don't need any of that hassle of having to go online and find open source music. So here we go, 4 hours later. Let's see how it's looking. So there's the print finished. So I really like that the light fading in and out when the print is on. So you can see it's a little bit rough, to be honest. Like, you know, it's not the cleanest print you'll ever see, but look, it's functioning. That's what it's about more than anything else. And spoiler alert, it did a good job. It did what it was needed to do, and it's still down there doing that job. You can see up there in the top right corner, there's a little keyring that I like, a name tag keyring that I like to print for friends and family, and again, just to practice. So you can see the back of the cabinet there. I have the camera for the PlayStation. I have the cables from the TV, and there's a PlayStation VR in there somewhere. So lots of cables, just look very messy at the start, and as well when you're moving the cabinet around, the cables were left dragging all over the place. So this was definitely a necessary job. You're gonna have to forgive the camera work probably throughout the whole video, but especially at the end, it's a little bit all over the place. I tried to get shots of, you know, how the cables looked underneath the cabinet and at the back. Now you'll see it still looks fairly messy, but it's not all over the floor. That's alright, and they're organised in terms of they have their own little slots in the bracket. So there's the HDMI cable. I had to get a 5 meter long cable to reach from the TV down without, so I can move the TV on the TV bracket. Here we go, all wrapped up and tucked away. A little bit messy, but come here, does the job. So that's this video. I'm going to throw a bunch of music on, and then I'm going to upload it, and come here, that's another video done, and another little project. I don't know what my next project will be, but I hope it's interesting, or as interesting as that was. I might get into try my hand at a bit of animation, maybe do a bit more music, or have a video about John Delaney that I really want to do. Who knows? Stay tuned. Alright, thanks. Love you guys.